number of Nigerians coming in Colombia, there are 5. So probably the 4 are diplomatic people. So I think we as scientists, we can make this connection, begin to think science has no language, no country, no region, but our interest is how to create the condition of development for our people, how to further knowledge. So what we should think is a very important South-South and the North Martin area. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. I guess a lot of issues have been dealt with, practical problems, language, time zones. Yeah, I'm trying to be fast, okay? That's why I said time zones, practical problems, okay? But you make it longer now. So, I mean, all what I wanted to say is that sort of the practical problems exist. And as you said, it's scientists have a chance of building bridges and, you know, going, I mean, innovative also in finding partnerships. It's true that 2024, there were 5 people from Niger coming into Colombia in total. Okay, so you can see how intensive the collaboration between the 2 countries is. I think it was 2,000 Ghanaians, 70,000 Germans, and 1.2 million US Americans. So you can see whom you're actually collaborating with and having exchange with more and less. Anyways, there's 2 other things. I mean, also, which makes sometimes these collaborations a bit difficult. I mean, that's culture, bureaucratic culture, also academic culture, not only language. Yeah, and I mean, I like that you describe that we're still living in times of European epistemology. The other hand, I mean, at least in my undergraduate studies in anthropology and African studies, I had a lot of Latin American and American and African writers I had to read. So I mean, in Europe, sometimes it's a little bit different. You know? So, I mean, so it's not to mention that, but it has been also changing. So, I mean, but in culture, I mean, so if I bring a German student to Niger, he finds academic culture more radical, yeah, and as opposed to Germany. Yeah? When I studied in the or did research in the US, I had my in how to relate to people. So that's also something. I mean, it's kind of intercultural collaboration is not easy, especially if you know there's no real experiences. Okay, you can read books about intercultural collaboration between France and Germany, Germany and Thailand. But there's very little books on collaboration between Colombia and Niger. I guess. Yeah? I mean, I mean that's also sort of there's also this sort of bureaucratic. Here, you know, I mean, they have regulations to follow industries. They have their own regulations that pass it on to universities. We have to deal with universities with their own regulations. There's translation processes, and they're not always easy. So there's a lot of noise being created, and we're happy to have DAD and projects like the global climate projects. I feel the suit is great. It's already bringing people from all over the world together into your institution. On the other hand, you know, we have this real life everyday struggles we have when we think academic culture and administrative culture. That's I just want to.
So, I forgot to tell you at the beginning that Christophe, also senior researcher at Sede, will wrap up the sites at the end. So I'd like to, we have a 3rd question, but I wanted to open it up to the public right now, to other SDG school, to the DAD, to students, to beneficiaries of the program. So you can also, of course, reflect on this question, but it's for everybody. So what recommendation, insights can you give us from your practical experience in South-South-North cooperation? Even if you don't have, maybe you have some ideas that you have developed during those days. So the floor is open to any question. Yeah, Misha. So how do this work? The microphone? Sure. Y con el pánico escénico.
Bueno, I will try in English. One thing that I found very interesting with the experience visiting Bonn and getting to know the other graduate schools. I'm studying in Laetitia, where we always have the problem that internet is fading away, the clouds coming by, and we have a problem of information management. So we do not have a place where to store all the information that the university generates, but online. And we were talking with the other graduate students from Ghana and we were like, oh yeah, we also had this problem. So in cooperation with Germany, we kind of found out how to make a kind of outlook, so saving all the data without internet. In the moment